Good day, all. Welcome back to Cruisin Classics YouTube channel. Today we have for you a 1988 Pontiac Fiero Formula. The last and greatest year of the production of the Fieros. And this is one heck of a prime example. It makes you wonder why they quit making this car when you check this one out. Sleek, wedge-shaped body style. This particular car is what they called the notchback. So they made a fastback GT. They made the standard coupe, which was a notchback like this. The Formula in 1988 was a lower cost alternative to the GT. So it features the same engine, transmission, and suspension components as a GT, but with less price, and it came less optioned. However, this car, whoever bought it in 1988 ordered it highly optioned. This is a rare, very rare T-top car ordered that way from factory. Only 299 1988 Fiero Formulas were T-top cars, and this is one of them. It is kind of a holy grail, the Fieros. I'm a big fan of them myself, and I've got to say, I don't think I've ever seen one this nice before. Gleaming, beautiful, dark red metallic paint. You can see here the taillight lenses are in awesome condition. And if you're a Fiero fan, you know how difficult it is to find ones that have not delaminated or have cracks or age marks on them. These are beautiful. Got the dual exhaust, of course, on the back. And those of you who know Fiero as well will know that I am not going to walk up to the front of the car to show you the engine this time. It is in the back. The Pontiac Fiero was the first mass-manufactured rear engine or mid-engine car in the United States. You'll see here it has a 2.8 liter V6. And in this case, it's hooked up to a 5-speed Getrag transmission. So it is a ton of fun to drive. Now in the back here, you'll see, as you come up to the back of the car, that there is a trunk. And it is a pretty deep and good sized trunk. Big enough to store multiple grocery bags in. Located here in the trunk are bags to put the T-tops in, as well as a holder to hold them in place. You'll see there's a front license plate holder in case you live in a state where front license plates are required. Here they are not. We also have a packet here that contains the original owner's manual and some of the original paperwork for the car. Real cool to have. Now we're going to go up to the front of the car and check out what's under the hood. The front end of a Fiero does not offer much in terms of storage. You'll see here the radiators in the front of the car, and there are two long coolant tubes that run all the way to the back of the car to the engine. The pop-up headlights require a pretty fair amount of space underneath the hood. They are quite large. The original spare tire and jack, fluid reservoirs, power brake unit, and the master cylinder for the clutch. And this hood shuts much the same way a Corvette hood does. A little side latch. As we open up the door here, you'll see it is quite a time capsule. Everything looks like brand new. The seats, the driver's side bolster is always what gets worn on a Fiero. Look at that, brand new. No stains on the seats, no rips, no tears, no wear marks. All very rare on one of these cars. The T-tops are tinted glass, and as you can see, are lockable as well. They come in and out with ease and can be stored in the trunk in the bags with the strap that I showed you a moment ago. Getting into this car, I use what I call the Fiero step. Step in, turn your leg, and slide right in. The gauge cluster in a Fiero is kind of like a series of boxes. A box here that contains your HVAC controls and the factory AM/FM cassette stereo with a 5-band EQ, so that's a real nice upgrade from the standard stereo. Above it, your battery and your oil pressure gauges, both of which work. And on the main cluster over here, you've got a speedometer, a tachometer, your fuel gauge, and your engine temperature gauge, as well as the idiot lights, if you will, that go off if something is wrong. You can see here, this car has only 3,031 actual miles on it. Very, very cool. Like a brand new car still. It does have the Formula style steering wheel. And you'll see located behind it here on the stick that we have intermittent wipers and cruise control, both from the factory. You'll notice that the dash is crack-free. Nice and clear with no wear. And in a Fiero, these components, the dash components, tend to warp. These edges will flare out. This lip right here will rise up. This car has none of those age-related problems that Fieros are prone to. It has been stored, obviously, in a temperature-controlled environment for its whole life and well taken care of. You can see here its original 5-speed stick shifter. Ashtrays on either side, controls for the power windows, and a nice wide center console. One thing to like about Fieros is it's got room for 2 arms on it. You're not jostling for space with the person who's your passenger. Both of you have plenty of room. There is a storage box located between the seats. And in the back, you'll see it is a rear window defrost car as well. On the ceiling, headliner looks good. Map lights for both passenger and driver, as well as a courtesy light. Courtesy lights under the dash as well, as you can see there. This car does have power locks. You can see the controls on the driver's door, as well as optional vinyl map pockets for both sides. And for the passenger, a vanity mirror on their visor. Now I'm going to take a brief moment to fire this awesome machine up for you and give you a sample of what she sounds like. It is a fuel injected car, no carburetor. Turn the key and off we go. Nice cold start. As you can see, we're still in high idle for a minute here. Notice from the HVAC controls that it is an air-conditioned car. The air blows nice and cold, the heat blows nice and hot, and it all works as it should. You'll see here from the gauges, battery's charging up just fine, oil pressure's great. It hasn't started rising up to temp yet, but it sits right where it should, right around 170 degrees, and just rests there comfortably. It's just a shame that I can't take it out today and drive it. It's an overcast day here in Columbus. Ground's all wet from rain we had earlier. So we're just gonna have to enjoy the look of it inside. Our number here in Columbus is 614-276-7355. Feel free to give us a call. We'd love to answer any questions you have about this 88 Fiero Formula. We can help you with shipping. We'll get it delivered right to your door in an enclosed carrier. We can also help you with financing. We work with a couple of companies that specialize in loans for these classic cars. Hear those dual exhausts pumping out a nice sound. I can't wait to see this thing on the road. If you're as excited as I am, then come on down or give us a call right away. This is not going to last long. Again, again, a 1988 Pontiac Fiero Formula with only 3,000 actual miles on it. The best year of any Fiero to own, the best suspension, the best braking, the best handling, and this is the GT equivalent, so it's got the high-powered V6 engine. It's also got a 5-speed to make it tons of fun. Thanks for joining us today. Give us a call, 614-276-7355, Cruisin Classics. Thanks again. Have a great day.